All right, what's happening? We got a lot to do. First and foremost, welcome back. This is me doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me put my keyboard inside of this piano. So, for those of you that just tuning in, hold on, let me put this shit up. Y'all can't fucking hear me. You can, but not a... Yeah, let's see. Right here. Okay. So, for those of y'all just tuning in, this is my third day trying to learn the piano. We made progress yesterday. Technically, yesterday I think was like my first time like officially trying it. The first one was just kind of like more or less finding the videos to watch. So, for those that don't know who the hell I am, my name is Bruce Leroy. I'm an entertainer from Chicago, Illinois. Alright, anyway, outside of that corny-ass accent. Follow me here on this Twitch, man. I'm Bruce Leroy BIH. Follow me on TikTok. It's Bruce Leroy BIH. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. I am Bruce Leroy. I'm about to say BIH. It's just I am Bruce Leroy. Alright? And in the words of Kamala Harris, if you don't know, now you know, nigga. Alright. I ain't gonna lie. That shit was weak. Let's do it again. If you don't know, now you know, nigga. Alright. Let's get to work. Let's get to work, man. All right. So, and then if we have time, we have to have a conversation about a couple things. Matter of fact, fuck it. Let's have a conversation about it now before we get to the piano lesson. So, oh shit, that was not recorded. Oh, that was just some shit I played yesterday. It's called Strictly for My Niggas. It was inspired by Tupac's album, song and shit. Yeah. Y'all hear that? That was me. Round of applause. That was me. Yeah. I was cooking, boy. No skillet. Cooking. No skillet. Cooking. No stove. No spatula. No spoon. That's me, I was cooking. Oh, shit. Hold on. Let me I did some dumb shit. Not playback. What the fuck? There we go. Did some goofy shit. We gotta structure this in the fuck. One quick note. Yeah, I know I'm fucking up. I apologize. Yeah, by the way, all of my streams are uploaded on my YouTube page. So in case Twitter, I'd say I'm dumb as fuck on Twitter. Twitch keep it up for 7 days. So if you don't want to watch it on Twitch, just follow me on YouTube at Iron Bruce Leroy. All my stuff, I go through it anyway. So real quickly, while we have time, maybe for 5 to 10 minutes, we could talk about some news. Philadelphia Eagles. Bring this up a little bit. And after that, we're going to get to the piano and stop being lazy. We're trying to avoid the real work. Yeah, you lazy ass. Philadelphia Phillies. Oh, they finally started. It's April. Baseball is ass. I don't care what nobody say. Okay. So I'm going to read y'all an article. It's from the New York Post. So A.J. Brown likely to be traded to Patriots in post-draft bombshell. So it'll have to be post-June 1st. So let me read a little bit more about on the article. It looks like the Eagles will finally move on from star wide receiver. Can't fucking talk. Wide receiver. We rewrite them. Brown will likely to be traded to the Patriots once the calendar turns to June 1st, where the 28-year-old salary becomes much easier to trade, ESPN reported Monday. Both the Eagles and the Patriots have been interested in completing the trade, but the star wide receiver's cap hit goes... God, can you fucking read? Goes from roughly $40 million to less than $20 million if he's traded after June 1st. By the way, I know I don't be posting before to let people know on Instagram or TikTok that I'm on here. I don't have time for that. It was a lot of shit I had to go take care of, and it's just like, I just want to get started, you know what I mean? What the fuck? Where did I go? And also, it looks like we are tied to a veteran. NFL insider drops loud hint of big Eagles draft day move Howie Roseman could make. There's a problem loading this page. One thing is known about the Philadelphia Eagles, so I'm going to inside the Eagles. That's such a fucking stupid ass name. One thing is known about Philadelphia Eagles general manager Howie Roseman that he loves to make a big splash during the NFL draft. ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter shared a few updates about goddamn, you stupid bitch. A few updates about the Eagles before the who the fuck gave you a high school diploma? Goddamn Big Bird, you stupid ass. Before the draft, as they are likely to trade wide receiver A.J. Brown to the New England Patriots after June 1st. Schefter also added to watch out for Roseman as he could make a trade during the draft with one player to keep in mind. Let's see what that player could be. Okay. No! The Eagles will be making, so I guess this is supposed to be coming out of Adam Schefter's mouth, pause. The Eagles could be making more trades beyond any Brown-related move. League sources say that fucking Bruce Leroy can't read for shit. Fucking probably can't even read Cat in the Hat. He said, if you read one Harry Potter book, nigga, he said, fuck the bucket of ice challenge. Anyway, getting back to doing something that is clearly hard for me to do at this point in time. League sources say that general manager Howie Roseman is plotting to make a deal on draft weekend. Roseman usually has a trick or two up his sleeve, and other front office executives executives suspect there's one coming this week. One possibility is adding Vikings linebacker Jonathan Grenard, whom the Eagles have checked in on at various points of this offseason, per sources. Grenard had 12 sacks in 2024, but he managed only 3 last season over a 12-game, despite a solid 23.3% pass rush win rate. What the fuck? The Vikings have been adamant about getting a preview day 2 pick for Grenard. Philadelphia holds picks number 54, 68, and 98 on day 2 this year. League sources say the Eagles and Vikings can revisit discussions they already have had during the upcoming draft, but talks have lost steam in recent weeks. The Eagles' wish list of trade candidates goes well beyond Grenard, per sources. Fuck is this? Nobody. The Eagles' wish list of trade candidates goes well beyond Grenard, per sources, though Howie Roseman's always had a plan A, B, C, and D, and his team wanted to monitor. So, real quickly, my thoughts on the situation about A.J. Brown. I'm going to keep it always a being with y'all. If A.J. Brown wants to leave, don't let the door hit you in the ass. Now, listen. I want to make this very clear. Do I want A.J. Brown here? Yes, I do. I want A.J. Brown here. Let's make that very clear. But I'm not going to invest myself emotionally to somebody who doesn't want to be here. As you've all known, I've cried over the Chauncey Gardner-Johnson trade. I did. Cried like a little baby. I was up there. Y'all ever seen that viral video about the Beyonce, when the little girl was talking about Beyonce? He said, well, of course it's okay if you don't like Beyonce, but you're just a hater. I'm screwing it up, but y'all see a viral video. Hopefully some of y'all. I don't know all of y'all. But if y'all see the video, that's how I was when Chauncey Gardner-Johnson got traded to the Texans. I was in tears. So the bust out in tears. But yeah, I want A.J. Brown here. I want him to retire. I want him to retire as an Eagle. But if he wants out, like I said, don't have to do it, hit you in the ass. We want people in midnight green that want to be here. A.J. Brown is elite. To me, that wild card game was just a bad day at the office. It happens. But honestly, if you want to go, go. Let's move the hell on and just go somewhere. I mean, it is what it is. I want him to retire an Eagle. Don't get it fucked up. But in the same breath, it's just like, if you want to go, just go. It is what it is. Like, if he fed up with the organization, whether it be Hurts' fault, Sirianni's fault, Patullo's fault, whoever. By the way, I don't know if I've ever spoke on this or not. Patullo is snitching. Patullo is snitching. But here's the thing. It only makes him look fucking worse. Because, one, let's just say my hunch of what I believe with these anonymous sources and reports. First off, Patullo can't fucking hold water if he was a camel. If he was a fully healthy camel, his ass couldn't hold water. This motherfucker could not hold water if he was a goddamn breeder jug. All right? Now, I think the anonymous source is Kevin Patullo. However, when I say that, right, if you ask me, okay, who the hell's making up these rumors? It's Patullo. This is what I will say, though. This only makes him look bad. Because, one, if my reputation on the line, you got me all the way fucked up if you're going to, like, I would have too much respect for this game to sit up there and sully my name when I could have an opportunity to go be a head coach somewhere, be a coordinator somewhere else. I'd be goddamn. I would have too much respect for the game of football to sit up there and allow mediocrity to happen on my watch. It wouldn't happen. So whoever the fuck fault it is, whether it's Patullo, which listen, the offensive issues, he's part of it. Is he the only one? No, I think the overarching problem is Sirianni. But he was part of the issue. Period. So it's just like if he out there snitching, he said these niggas out here snitching with the Rat Pack. Fuck! Like you remember that Juicy J song that be on the social media and shit like that. But yeah, what you call it? Yeah, I mean it just makes him look bad. It makes him look bad at the end of the day because it's like I'm not gonna if I love the game of football and I respect the game of football and I know how to coach and I know what I'm doing. I'm not going to let somebody fuck me over. It's not happening. I would resign. They would have to fire me. My ego, maybe my ego's too damn big. But if I love the game a lot and I know how to coach the game and I have a deeper level of understanding of it, I'm not going to let nobody fuck up my reputation. Fire me. Whatever the case may be. Fuck that paycheck. I can get a job anywhere. Don't matter to me. So that's kind of how I feel about that. Let's move on. Let's start actually getting to work and stop being lazy. So the progress we made yesterday, we know some keys. So let's try to play what we had yesterday. Bring that pedal up here. Okay, ready? So the C was always before the first, the black keys. Okay. Just stay, man. Okay. So left to right. So okay. So the first pattern is C, D, E, E, E. Okay, I gotta go back to the very beginning and see how he played it. Because now I don't remember.
Simple patterns we're going to use to learn our first song. So if I were you, I'd go download it now. We're going to be using it the rest of the video. So click the link, put in your name and email, hit submit, and you can click here to download the cheat sheet. All right, now let's talk about basic C position. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna take your right thumb and put it on the note C. So as you can see in the cheat sheet, here's a C. And then you can take your left pinky and you put it on the note C just below your thumb. So now we have our two C's. And the rest of your fingers are just going to line up on the next four notes. So we have C, D, E, F, G, C, D, E, F, G. And your hands are going to stay in this C position for the rest of the video. All right, so let's start learning our first song, which you...
Okay, it's just, I cannot read today. I can't talk. I can't do nothing. Damn, everybody came out. Kehlani. You feel me? Kehlani putting out an album. We're going to do a reaction, I think, on Friday. I got to buy her shit when I get a chance. Okay, ready? So let's see if we can play this by ourselves, because I now know. Pedal. Cool. Yeah, right here. And you want to spread it out just a little bit. See, I like the way you work, Daddy. Okay. C, D, E, F, G. C, D, E, F, G. Okay. The fuck? I'm so fucking stupid. It's right there. It's literally telling you what to put what finger to hit on the last one, and I'm not paying attention. Bro, I'm missing everything. I can't see. I can't read. I can't talk. I'm worthless, bro. God damn. All right, ready? Maybe we spread it like this. See, I like the way you work, Daddy. Hold on now. Wait a minute. Oh, dumbass. Chicken across the road, chicken across the road, chicken shit. Damn. It's that type of time. This that type of time. This that type of time. This that type of time. Yeah, yeah. I'm lazy, getting distracted. Okay, so boom. So C. Damn, hands getting tired. Damn, my hands get tired like a motherfucker. Shit. Hold on, alright. Let's see what's up with the chat. Chat. Jans Benny, what's good? What's good? What's good with you? I'm learning how to play the piano. What's happening? Appreciate you for joining the stream. Alright, let me get back to work. Alright. Boom. Okay. Yes, sir. Hold on. Finger placing off. Yes, sir. I like it like probably like this then. Actually, let me look at the chat while I'm doing what I'm doing. Just in case anybody pop up. Okay, ready, go. Yes, sir. Hold on. Ass. Hey, real quickly though, just kind of taking a break from what I'm doing. It's crazy as hell, cause I remember Blue Water Road for Kaylani. It literally was on the I can't fucking talk. It literally was the day after the NFL draft, and then I don't remember when Kaylani's other albums was. I think it might have been around the same time. But yeah, I know for a fact Blue Water Road came right after the NFL draft. That's the year we drafted Jordan Davis, and I was mad as hell because I wanted Trent McDuffie. And then now the NFL draft is here. Then Kaylani's album come out right after that. So yeah, I just want to interrupt. Just interrupt. So I won't be dead as hell in here. Even though I should be staying focused, but. keep messing up on that last one with the ring finger is killing me. Hold on. Jesus Christ. I'm so stupid. I messed up. Jesus, man, what's wrong with me, man? Damn. God, what are you doing? What we doing, dog? Jesus. Oh, you know what? Yeah, try like that. See if it'll help your fingers. Let's try to have it up. What the fuck? Okay. I'm getting it. I'm not gonna move on till it's like free flowing. So it's gonna be a minute. So close. It's always that last one that fucked me up. What the fuck everybody talking about? Where my damn mouse at? All that stream bullshit. Alright, man. We almost getting there, man. We almost getting there. I think, you know what? Try for like 2 more minutes. We could always come back to it again. Again, it's not a race. It's really more or less about learning. So I don't really care that much. I care, but like I don't care about. It's not a race. You know what I'm saying? It's like the whole purpose of me is understanding what I'm doing. So I don't really. It's not a race for me. $32. All right, we're gonna move on. I'm gonna come back to this tomorrow for sure. Let's react to some shit real quick. Anything sports related that I want to talk about? Unpopular opinions. Let's see what my girl Cameron Suzanne is talking about. How long is that video? Oh, fuck it. Let's go to my subscriptions. I went to my damn page. What the hell? Where my subscriptions at? Right here. It's nice. Been done before, but it's nice. What the hell? I'm trying to look. Cameron Suzanne. I fuck up her name. 5215. Alright, we gonna watch there was a video where dude was going back and forth. It's this dude that's like a Packers fan. I'm trying to figure out who he like a big I'll be sure. But yeah, he talked about Jalen Hurts, and then he got the interview with this dude. I'm trying to remember where it's at. And after that, we're going to wrap up and get up out of here because I got other stuff I got to go take care of. Yeah, doing so much. Where's it at? Why my foot still on the pedal and not playing the piano? I'm so stupid. Where's it at? All right.
Go like over.
Base 44 super agents. Careful, there's no going back. No setup. Just say hello. Every tool you...
For the last 3 seasons, he started...
Base 44 super agents.
Stupid ass heads.
Jalen Hurts or CJ Stroud? Or if X quarterback is better, blank quarterback is better. You ready?
So... the name of the platform is Real Talk with MJ. I be seeing him pop up on TikTok. A lot of people been doing this platform and stuff. So he been making some noise. Like he be getting a lot of people on this platform. Which is surprising because he got 11.2. I mean, followers don't really mean shit. It don't like his content is solid. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Would you rather?
So the guy's name that we hate on Jalen Hurts and shit, his name is Joel Moran.
Jalen Hurts edition. Jalen Hurts or Cam Ward?
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts.
That's not even a fair question because Cam Ward has a shit ton of talent. So does Jalen. Jalen Hurts not necessarily like a scrub, but it's not a fair question to ask because the Titans are depleted all over the place. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not really feeling the Titans offseason. It's like I like that they got great defensively, but Cam Ward has an opportunity to be a superstar with his natural talent. I think you want to try to cultivate. You can't – I understand this is what the Titans are trying to structure their team. They're trying to run the ball and play great defense. I understand that. But in the same respect, you know, you have to be willing to evolve and to change. And it's just like, I'm not – whatever. But
Or Jackson Dart?
Jalen Hurts.
I'm going to say something controversial as an Eagles fan that's going to get a lot of people pissed off. Number one, this question right here is not a fair question to Jackson Dart because he just started. So that's first and foremost. Number two, I have to keep it a beam. I don't know, or I can't necessarily guarantee. And listen, y'all gonna kill me for this. I don't really care. I have to be honest. If you give Jalen Hurts what Jackson Dart had to deal with, I'm not entirely sure if Jalen Hurts does half as good. I think to lose Malik Neighbors, to lose your starting running back in Cam Scatterbo, and to kind of hold the fort down, the way he did and played the way he did. And mind you, I was talking shit about the guy. I'm like, oh, you drafted him, but then Tyler Hansborough over, which actually he ended up doing a solid job over New Orleans, so it's kind of crazy. But, you know, I was roasting him for being taken over Shador, but when he came in, he made an immediate impact. Not just with his play. First off, his play was really good for a first-year player, especially one that flew under the radar. And a lot of questions were being posed as to why he was taking over Jalen Hurts. I'm fucking stupid. Why he was taking over Shador Sanders, but he came in and his attitude, his leadership, but him and Scatterbo got to stop with, got to protect themselves a lot better than what they've been doing. But they got a lot of heart, and they got some skills that you can't teach. You can't teach a motherfucker how to have heart. You can't teach a motherfucker how to have courage. You can't take them all These are qualities that you can't go train for. You know what I'm saying? Like these are qualities that's like it got to be inside of you. You understand what I'm saying? These are like you can't teach a motherfucker how to have heart. And one thing I like about Scatterbo and Jackson Dart, all biased aside as the Eagles fans, that both of them have a big ass heart and they play like it. You know what I'm saying? Like these are the type of people, both Cam Scatterbo and Jackson Dart, you'll run through a fucking brick wall for those guys. Straight up, like no joke. But I have to be honest. I don't know if Jalen plays half as good as Jackson Dart with what Jackson Dart had to deal with, because Tyrone Tracy showed me glimpses of talent, but overall he just was a very average back. Offensive line for the Giants have always been a problem since the beginning of time. They have one good offensive lineman, but other than that, since the beginning of time, they've not had a great offensive line. It's been very mediocre, to say the least. And then the defense is atrocious. The Giants should have definitely signed Xavier McKinley, and they didn't. They let him go. So I think with what Jackson Dart had to work with, also on top of that, losing Malik Neighbors and having no real number one wideout, Jackson Dart played pretty fucking good. And I have to be honest with you, I don't know. I can't tell you. If you ask me, I try to be unbiased. Okay, do you think Jalen plays half as well as Jackson Dart in New York without Malik Neighbors, without your starting running back in Cam Scatterbo, with the defense being as atrocious as it is, with the offensive line being not so great? Do I see Jalen thrive in that situation or playing half as good as Jackson Dart did? Not really. But again, C.J. Stroud, and I don't want to put the word. I don't want to go too far on Jaden Daniels, because it's like you gotta get some time to develop. But C.J. Stroud woke me up and taught me a very important lesson about these quarterbacks. Never get caught, because when Patrick Mahomes started his first year, and technically it was his second year because he didn't play because Alex Smith was on the Chiefs, but what I come to realize is I am no longer going to get hyped because Joe Burrow spoiled us, right? Unfortunately, he had, I think, an ACL injury at the end of his first year. Joe Burrow spoiled us. Patrick Mahomes spoiled us. I think Andrew Luck spoiled us. RG3, actually, maybe not the greatest example, but those guys spoiled us. When you look at first-year guys that can do that, like, oh, shit, like, damn. So, but now C.J. Stroud fucked everything up. Now I can't even go evaluate a quarterback off their first year no matter how good they are. So he basically undid all the progress that Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow made in their first year. He undid all of that progress. Hell, even I feel like Carson Wentz wasn't a complete product, but he showed a lot of promise in his first year as well. Not as good as C.J. Stroud or Jaden Daniels, or I would say Mahomes. You know, technically it's Mahomes' second year, but I can't sit up here and tell you with a straight face that I believe if you put Jalen Hurts in Jackson Dart's situation, he will have the same outcome. I have to, as an Eagles fan, I love Jalen Hurts, but I have to keep it all the way a buck. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry. What's up with it? Quiet on the home front.
Jalen Hurts or C.J. Stroud?
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, 100%.
Jalen Hurts or Bryce Young?
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, no brainer.
Jalen Hurts or Baker Mayfield?
Before I let him answer this question, I'm going to say Jalen Hurts. And this is what you're going to say. Oh, Baker got a bigger arm. Baker throws some more yards, this, that, and the third. But here's the thing. I want to make a disclaimer. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I like Baker Mayfield. I was so fucking pissed off that the Buccaneers fell off. I was so mad. I was mad as shit. I was mad as hell because I thought the Buccaneers were going to really make some noise this year. Because here's the thing. Baker Mayfield is good. The problem is, in order for me to put you in a tier with the Lamar Jackson, with the Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, if I got to put you in that tier, you got to have a second gear. That rhyme. If I want to put you in that tier, you got to have a second gear. So right now, Baker Mayfield has shown that he can pass the first tier of, okay, he's a quality starter. All right, bet. Now, let's go get some postseason wins under our belt. Now, let's go actually be competing for a championship. And right now, Baker Mayfield has not shown me enough. Now, he was tremendous in his first half of the year. And I do think, a shoulder injury? I don't know why the fuck they rushed him back out there so fast. It was Sunday Night Football. I don't know if it was Detroit. No, Detroit was a Monday night game. And he didn't play great in that first half of that game, if I remember correctly. But he was playing somebody on Sunday Night Football. He hurt his shoulder. Teddy Bridgewater came in. And I think right the following week, I seen him again on Sunday playing when he had no business playing. So I can attribute some of that to why Baker didn't play great in the second half of the year, and his play kind of dropped off. Amika Akuba wasn't as good. And also, there was no continuities with the wide receivers. It's like Mike Evans was gone for like 3/4 of the year. You had Chris Godwin gone for like roughly 40 to 50% of the year. So like there was no continuity with his receivers. You had to basically rely on a rookie wideout who had a tremendous start. You had to rely on a rookie wideout as your number one option. As really your only sure option, because Cade Otton's all right. You know, he got other weapons in other places. He got 3 run. And also, the run game struggled to get continuity because guys with the running backs were injured. I think White missed some time. Who else? Rashad White. Who else? Other guys. Tucker actually did fairly well with his opportunities. It was another guy. I don't remember who. But yeah, I would have to say Jalen is better because Jalen has showed us a second gear. Baker is not. So you could say, well, the arm talent is different. Baker, but like, you got to give me a second gear. I've seen Jalen's second gear. Jalen's second gear got him to 2 Super Bowls and almost won 2. Should have won 2. So I've seen Jalen Hurts hit his second gear. I haven't seen Baker did. So regardless if you want to say, oh, Baker's more talented, X, Y, and Z, I've seen. And also, I'm not a fan entirely of Baker's game managing. I don't think his game managing is great. I think it's improving year by year, but I don't think his ability to manage a game is great. And I think that's part of the reason. Outside of that shoulder injury that they had no business rushing him out the very next week, I think the game managing shit, I think that's what's keeping him from getting to the next level. So right now, I would have to say Jalen is better because Jalen has hit his second gear. Baker is not. But again, there's a bunch of factors as to why the Buccaneers fell off. The defense, the defensive unit as a whole, it was not fucking good. It was not good. You could say, oh, what's the name? That dude that went to Pittsburgh. I don't know if his name is Dean. Jamal Dean. Devontae David, Vita Vea. You could mention those guys, but as an entire unit, the defense was fucking atrocious. So basically, the Buccaneers had to keep scoring on offense. So there was a bunch of pressure on Baker Mayfield to keep having to score because the defense for the Buccaneers last year was fucking terrible.
This is a tougher one. Jalen Hurts hasn't had consistency at offensive coordinator. Neither has Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield has gotten 2 OCs coaching jobs in Dave Canales and Liam Cohen. And this past year, before his injury, he was playing at a really high level with a new offensive coordinator. So I think the same things that we...
Real quick before I allow him to get his point, Jalen Hurts got Kellen Moore and Shane Steichen head coaching jobs. What we talking about here, dog?
give Hurts some grace for of like not having the continuity at OC. It seems like Baker gets none of that. Nobody acknowledges that he consistently plays really well, even with different coaches.
The reason why people are not acknowledging it because we know Baker has a good first gear already. It's time for him to hit his second gear. It's time to get into a conference championship. It's time to get into a Super Bowl. So the reason why, because we've seen it. He took the playoffs. He took the Browns to the playoffs and went 12-4. We've seen his first gear. It's not good enough anymore, right? So that is why he's not going to get the benefit of the doubt because Jalen has a second gear. We've seen his second gear twice. Jalen was the best player on the field in 2 Super Bowls, the biggest fucking game. Mind you, Sam Darnold wasn't the best goddamn player. Much y'all want to say, oh, Sam Darnold, whatever. And we're going to see what he says about that. But he hasn't been the best. Come on now.
After 13 years, I did not expect to be acting like a girlfriend again. But here we are. Thank you, Blue Chew Gold.
You know, fucking pill to be a good significant other. No, you need some goddamn therapy. Get the fuck off my goddamn feed, man. Fuck. Crazy as hell.
I like Baker. I like Baker a little bit better. I think this is close, and this is around the tier that Jalen Hurts is in.
Jalen Hurts or Jordan Love?
Jordan Alexander Love.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the into my Aries Spears voice. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Of course they're going to say that as a Green Bay Packers fan. Bruh. Jordan Love did not play good in 2024. He played like shit. He allowed the Bears to come back. Now, granted, he lost some key pieces. That big piece was Tucker Kraft. Tucker Kraft, I would argue, and people are going to probably get upset, but Tucker Kraft was on his way to being the best tight end in the league. We're talking about, like, to me, George Kittle overall is the best tight end in the league. Let's not get that fucked up. We're talking about from a production standpoint. We're talking about from impact on the team and it making a difference. Tucker Kraft was well on his way to being the best tight end in the league. So I think, and he was a viable option for it. It's like you taking away Zach Ertz away from Carson Wentz. That makes a huge fucking difference. So when they got chemistry and they locked in, and then he goes and he gets injured the way he did, it fucked up the whole offense. And it's not to say that there was scrub like Packers got like a wide receiver by committee type of offense, and it actually worked. Like Romeo Doubs, Wicks, who's now with us, some other people. Oh, Christian Watson, who I think was out the first half of the year. So it's just no, he has to stop fucking choking. He chokes in the fucking playoffs too many goddamn times. No, like absolutely until he proved that he can win a fucking divisional game, absolutely the fuck not. No. He doesn't play good down the stretch. He's notoriously known for underplaying down the stretch. Absolutely the fuck not.
Jalen Hurts or Bo Nix?
You know what? I'm going to say Jalen Hurts, and here's the reason why. I think Bo Nix, I'm not really too hyped about the Broncos offense. I don't think they use Evan Ingram enough, and I think it's very important if you want to be a successful offense that you incorporate your tight end. Cortland Sutton, he's supposed to be a great wide receiver, but he don't always play like it. I've seen him play, and sometimes he acts the part, and I think part of that has to do with Sean Payton. Sean Payton doesn't really like involving Courtland Sutton. He'd rather go involve the other guys. You know what I mean? Pat Bryant and there's some other dude that's not coming to me right now. He did not really do a good job of making sure that Courtland Sutton was a priority in the offense. And I do think that the lack of prioritization, if that's even a word, from Sean Payton, I think that's caused a dip in his production to an extent. But Bo Nix has really put up some big ass numbers, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I have to keep it real with you. I wouldn't be surprised if Bo Nix didn't suffer that unfortunate injury. I think the Broncos could have beaten the Patriots. Because Drake May did not play great the entire playoffs. Bo Nix was on a heater. They had momentum beating Josh Allen and the Bills in a divisional game. I think Bo Nix would have took that team to the Super Bowl. It should have been Seattle and the Broncos. Because the defense was going to hold up the end of the bargain. The Broncos defense was quite arguably the best defense in the league. Some people would say the Texans. I would beg to differ and say the Broncos from week 1 all the way up until the end. But yeah, it's so difficult because again, I will have to go back to the same thing Jackson Dart. If you take Jalen Hurts and you put him in the Broncos, and again, I don't like Sean Payton as a play caller. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, he's overrated as fuck. He doesn't know how to talk to his players. He doesn't come off like much of a player's coach. Doesn't come like a guy that's like Andy Reid where he holds you accountable, but he's good at bringing the guys together and the players really having a meaningful relationship with it. I understand he's a coach, but at the same time, it's like you a leader of men as well. It's a twofold thing. It's not just calling plays. And I don't like how he calls plays sometimes. You know, you think a guy that had Drew Brees and had a tremendous amount of success with Drew Brees, you would think that he would be not as conservative in his play calling. And I think he low-key sabotaged the fuck out of Russell Wilson in some of the games as his last year as a Bronco and the game that stuck out to me was they played the Patriots with not motherfucking Mac Jones, with goddamn Bailey Zapp. They have the game in the bag. He had guys playing fucking prevent with Bailey fucking Zapp as a starting quarterback. Mind you, they had to travel the length of the field, and Russell Wilson led him to a comeback. So I'm not a fan of Sean Payton's play caller. I think he most likely is probably the most overrated coach in the league, if you ask me. He's the most overrated coach in the league. I'll call it back in like 10 minutes. Hey, let me call you back in like 10 minutes, okay?
Because my sponges are arriving from Walmart. I texted the driver, asked him to leave it by the door.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Glenn?
All right, no problem.
All right,
All right, bye. Okay. Let me get back to this motherfucker. All right, keeping it a bean. What was I gonna say? Talk about Bo Nix. Also, the Broncos' run game is dog shit. Javonte Williams, I thought he had a lot of promise. Then he kind of quickly faded off. Is it R.J. Harvey or R.J. Hampton? It's one of the motherfuckers. Wasn't too impressed. I think it was R.J. Harvey. I wasn't too impressed with him. Had some turnover issues in the beginning of the year. I'm not impressed with the Broncos' run game. And I don't think that what they got going on is sustainable. I think the Broncos have to run the football. And they don't really have a running back that they can honestly trust to do that. I gotta keep it a bean. Like, I don't know if Bo Nix, and again, it helped to have that goddamn defense playing the way it played. Trust and believe. But in the same breath, can I honestly say that Jalen Hurts would maximize. And again, Bo Nix is not a finished product. He makes some bad decisions, okay? And they definitely shouldn't have beat us last year, 100%. We should have got that win. That motherfucker gave Dallas Goedert a goddamn Care Bear hug. Like, goddamn, Dora the Explorer, the monkey and shit, it was like draped around his goddamn back, just like how I forgot the goddamn monkey off I got the monkey name off Dora the Explorer, whatever. But you know how like he be hugging on goddamn Dora the Explorer backpack. But yeah, I'm gonna say Jalen Hurts because I'm not entirely. I need to see another year from Bo Nix, but this was actually a good one. I need to see another year. But again, I'm not entirely sure if you put Jalen Hurts in Bo Nix's situation that they would have the same results. Does that make sense? Now, granted, Denver's offensive line really took a leap last year, which I actually was pleasantly surprised about.
Bo Nix has yet to have a complete season for me. His rookie season, he was inconsistent. Second season, he started the year rough. And in the second half, he played really well, and he had a really great playoff game. For right now, I'm going to go with Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts or Caleb Williams?
Ooh, this shit is tough. I'm going to say Jalen, and the reason why he knows how to manage a game. I think, here's the thing, this is a controversial take. Caleb Williams is better than Jalen Hurts. What the fuck are you talking about? The man threw a bunch of, listen to me very carefully, okay? I want you to listen to me very carefully. Jalen, if called upon, can be the best player on the field. But I've seen, I think especially in the Green Bay game, where the defense didn't really do his job. Dennis Allen did not do a good job of play calling as a defensive coordinator in that first half of that game. He played way too back, and then when he started allowing guys to be aggressive and get physical at the line of scrimmage, you saw a completely different Bears defense. Okay? Now, if Green Bay was smart enough, they would have put that goddamn team away with all the opportunities that the defense was giving them, but they didn't. This basically like a goddamn Aaron Rodgers 2.0, maybe a little bit worse. Because at least Aaron Rodgers was consistently going to the conference championship. They're not even getting out the fucking divisional game. So, this is what I will say. Who the hell is comparing it to? Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is more talented than Jalen Hurts. It's not a question. It's not a debate. But I'm going to have to say Jalen Hurts, and the reason why I have to say that is because you got to know how to manage a game. That's going to be the difference between, between you being, okay, you're a very good quarterback, you might have a great regular season, and you get into, I don't want to say the promised land because I don't want to compare it to heaven, but you get into the big game. Your ability to manage a game, your ability to kind of stay calm and not be impatient because you want to make the big play all the time. Take it what the defense gives you. And the good thing is Ben Johnson likes to run the ball a lot. And Ben Johnson got to stop fucking going for fourth downs that don't make no goddamn sense. He got to make the correction on that. Because sometimes he be sabotaging his own goddamn team doing dumb shit. Okay? His third down play calling. Ben Johnson, I think, is a great coach. One of the premier play callers in this league. But I will say that I don't like his third down decision making. Third down, you should be trying to get a first down. Even if you are going to go for it on fourth, you should always try to go get the first down on third down. Unless it's like maybe like a 3rd and 4 or 3rd and 3, then I guess you maybe run the ball. But if it's a 3rd and 7, get the fucking first down. Don't run the ball, pass the ball, get something to the sticks, and get the first down. Don't sit up there and just run the fucking ball, and then you get your team maybe like a 4th and 5, a 4th and 4, maybe a 4th and 3 if we're that generous. Why are you doing that? The whole purpose is for you not to get the fourth down. Let's not try to let's try to get a first down within three downs. Even if you're going to go for 2. I mean, even if you're going to be aggressive on 4th down, which I think he's way too aggressive. And I think if he don't clean that shit up and do some introspection on that, he's going to hold the team back in that regard. Ben Johnson got to clean that shit up. But what I've seen Caleb Williams do has been probably the most remarkable shit that I've seen out of a quarterback since Patrick Mahomes. And that's saying a fucking lot. I'm talking about, I have not seen a quarterback play that fucking impressive since Patrick Mahomes. And I would maybe even say Jalen Hurts in the the second Super Bowl he did good, but to me I think the performance is slightly overrated. Because I think he missed some passes and he threw that interception was bad. I think he did, even though he did turn the ball over. But I think he did better in the first game than the second game, and that's just my honest opinion. But yeah, Caleb Williams I'm going to give it a Hurts only because of the game manager shit. That is it. If it wasn't for his ability to manage the game, it's going Caleb Williams, his performances down the stretch were some of the best quarterback performances that I've seen within the last 5 years. I've not seen quarterback play that good since Hurts' first Super Bowl appearance, since Patrick Mahomes when he was really lighting shit up. Now, granted, Mahomes is the fucking GOAT. That's my GOAT right there, right? All bias aside, they ain't got a run game. They got a run game now with Kenneth Walker. Okay, we'll see how Mahomes does bouncing back from the injury and shit like that. But I'm telling you right now, bro, Caleb Williams is a fucking problem. And he has a great coach. If he learns how to manage the game and not turn the ball over and his coach don't and the coach actually tries to get a fucking first down on 3rd down, mama watch out. Mama watch out.
I think Caleb has more natural talent. He needs to be more accurate with the football. And while he has some of...
Real quick, I don't think it's his accuracy problem. I think it's a decision-making thing. I think he can be accurate with the football. It's more or less of... It's not like watching Tim Tebow. It's like, this motherfucker can't hit it. Or out there watching Taysom Hill. It's not the same thing. It's not an inability to be It's more of he got to work on his decision making, slow the game down, and be okay with having the long drawn out shit. I think what reason why Brady is so successful and even Mahomes is because they can light it up when they need to, but they know how to do They don't need to win the battle because they're trying to win the war, if that makes sense. They're good with the long, arduous process, right? It's kind of like you as a boxer, right? Oh, yeah, you can knock a motherfucker out, and that's dope. You can knock a motherfucker out within the first 3 rounds. That's nice. But can you last 12 rounds? Do you have good stamina? Does your skills decrease after a certain round? Then that's a problem. So Caleb Williams to me is like, okay, he can knock a motherfucker out, but what can you do in 12 rounds? What can you do when the defense got your number and the whole objective of the game is not necessarily to go run the points up, it's to manage the game and keep the other quarterback off of the field? Are you willing to go through that long? You know what I'm saying? So that's just my opinion on that, but
the best moments of last season, he was towards the top of the league in fourth quarter comebacks, game-winning drives. I just can't seem to ignore that he had more interceptions than touchdowns in the playoffs. And it feels as if the last game-sealing interception, when he was targeting DJ Moore, there was a group of people that just felt like that wasn't his fault at all. When the ball was so far outside of DJ Moore's vicinity that it was going to be picked off. But the thing about Caleb is that, am I projecting a little bit? I mean, the season I think Caleb is about to have, I think he has potential to be a top 5 quarterback in the sport. So I think Caleb, I would rather have Caleb Williams than Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts or Jared Goff?
Jalen Hurts.
I'm a fan of Jalen. I'm a fan of Jared Goff. But here's the problem with Jared Goff. Jared Goff, his career is on a flat line. So I talked about this, I don't want to say religiously, but I talked about it very often on this channel about what the first issue with Jared Goff is and why he lost the Super Bowl. He lost the Super Bowl because he has talent. A lot of people want to say he's a McVay merchant. Not understand that his first motherfucking year with Jeff Fisher's last year, motherfuckers was dropping passes like crazy. It wasn't all just Jared Goff. And so what if he wasn't perfect? He's not supposed to be a finished product. He's in the goddamn worst team in the league in his first year. But now we have to get to a point where, okay, you can play. You can play really good. I think here's the issue with Jared Goff. I need to see what you do with things not being so ideal. With defenses missing pieces, you're missing some pieces on offense. Maybe the run game can't get going. That Montgomery went to the Texans, but the run game can't get going. Okay, how do you respond to that? When you need to be the best player on the field, how do you respond? So I think now the first issue that Jared Goff had to overcome was he needed some toughness. He had the talent. He had the intangibles as a quarterback. That regular season game with the Rams and the Chiefs, I think it was 2019 or whatever, was the best. That was the greatest regular season game of all time. End of discussion. But here's where I, digress. But Jared Goff right now, and I don't want to hear, oh, he's not mobile. I'm not buying that shit. Because Brady can play in this league and fucking dominate right now if he wanted to. Peyton Manning, not as mobile. Kurt Warner, you can make up for it. Matthew Stafford. So it's not more or less of his mobility. Let me see that IQ kicking in. Let me see what happens when the chips are down. Jahmyr Gibbs can't go nowhere. Okay, bet. We going to need you to win the fucking game. Right? We going to need you to show what Caleb Williams can do, and that's to be the best player on the damn field. Jalen Hurts has been the best player on the field before. Jared Goff? Maybe as a Ram, maybe. As a Detroit Lion? So right now, Goff's game is too stalemate. We need to see an uptick, and the uptick is that IQ. It's that second gear. Okay, we know that your first gear is really, really good. We kind of saw second gear, but not really. The second gear is IQ. Okay, we know you can manage a game. Okay, bet, but we need to see greatness from you. We don't need to see, okay, good, very good, solid. We need greatness. We need you like, okay, this motherfucker is an MVP candidate. This motherfucker is dynamic. And it's not because you don't have to run around, right? But Matthew Stafford did what he did, and he ain't running the ball. But I saw a second gear of Matthew Stafford. And anyone that is saying that it's Matthew Stafford's fault why they didn't get into the Rams game, don't ever pick up don't even say the word pigskin. Don't you ever in your life talk or watch another fucking football game the rest of your life. Matthew Stafford was the last person that's fault it was that they didn't get to the championship. He did everything in his goddamn power. Everything. It's come for somebody that's like, okay, Stafford's good in the regular season. What can he do in the playoffs? So I actually feel bad for Matthew Stafford because he stepped up to the occasion. He rose to the occasion. Him and Devontae Adams had a fucking amazing game. Puka too.
I think Jared Goff has gotten underrated over the years, though. He has 4 straight seasons of 30-plus pass.
It's not about him underrated. We need to see second gear. It's time for you to get into it. Now, you went to a Super Bowl before. Were you the best player on that Rams team? Were you better than Aaron Donald? Were you better than Todd Gurley? And it's not to say that, golf was fucking amazing. But again, the second year, now it's time for you to be the best player on the field. Now it's time for that IQ to be shown. Now it's time to see, okay, when things are a little less ideal, we got to see you step up and rise to the occasion and not throw 5 motherfucking interceptions in the playoffs.
And touchdowns, but his thing is not regular season. It's about postseason and can he show up in a big way when it matters, which for better or for worse, for Jalen Hurts, you don't have that type of question, at least in like the high leverage games, because in the first round, in the wild card, he actually doesn't perform that well.
He's right.
We'll talk about that.
They're not talking about he's right.
Jalen Hurts or Brock Purdy?
Brock.
No. Fuck no. You're going to say, he throws the ball better. No. Listen to me very carefully. Let me tell you why the fuck Brock Purdy is not better than Jalen Hurts. Here's the reason why. Number one, we seen him react against Seattle in that defense. That man folded like a fucking lawn chair. Now, I know he didn't have his wideouts. He didn't have Ayuk or whatever. But again, greatness is, what do you do when circumstances are less than ideal? Right? So I don't want to hear the fucking excuse. Every time I turn around, the 49ers are making a fucking excuse. If we had this, then we would. If I had this, if I had my damn oxygen mask, I probably could breathe. Well, shit, if I had enough fucking money, I wouldn't be stressed out all the goddamn time. All these fucking what ifs. I think Brock Purdy's really good. I think he's underrated in a lot of respects. Part of that is because he's been injured. He was injured for I think 3/4 of last season. But here is the reason why I say Brock Purdy's not better than Jalen Hurts, despite the fact people may say, he throws the ball better, whatever. Okay? Number one, can we honestly say, I think Brock Purdy's better than Jimmy Garoppolo. Okay, let's put that out there. Plain and simple. Here is where I draw the line. I want to see what you do when shit is less than ideal. We've seen it last year. The results weren't great. Here is the biggest reason why Brock Purdy's not better than Jalen Hurts. 2023. They went to the Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs. The 49ers team in 2023 was the same team that Philadelphia got. The same team. Maybe a little stronger in some of the secondary areas, but the same fucking team. You had the best running back in the league. So, they had the same team as us. They had a fucking super team on both sides of the ball. And a great kicker in Robbie Gould. Both sides of the ball. And he came up short. And he didn't play bad, but he wasn't exactly great. He was all right. He was okay. Jalen was great. Same team, mind you, two different organizations. Same makeup as far as having a great offense and defense. One got the job done and was the best player on the field. The other fell short and was a little bit more than pedestrian. Jalen Hurts is better than Brock Purdy.
Brock has led better offenses, and the talent between Philadelphia and San Francisco has been similar, but the difference has been that Philadelphia has actually had an elite offensive line. Brock Purdy
Get the fuck out of here. They got Trent Williams. That offensive line is not, maybe last year you could say that. Overall in Brock Purdy's tenure, no.
Had a top 5 offensive line in San Fran ever. And he is consistently putting up top of the line numbers. I think this past year he was top 3 in EPA per play. He was the best quarterback on third downs this past year as well.
I'm not a fan of Brock Purdy's. He had a couple games where he was good. I think he did a really good job against us. Actually, no, the fuck he didn't. No, the fuck he didn't. He was making motherfucking Quinyon Mitchell like goddamn 2003 Rondé Barber in this bitch. So, scratch that shit. Literally, if the offense got their shit together and AJ wasn't fucking dropping the goddamn ball, and motherfuckers was actually coming through and helping Jalen a little bit, shit would have been different. Because I'm telling you right now, you turn the ball over the amount of times that Brock Purdy did, and don't tell me about those interceptions were on Brock Purdy. You turn the ball over as much as Brock Purdy did, the game's a dub. So no, absolutely not. No.
So Brock Purdy
I'm not a fan of his when he
Brock
came back
Purdy
on the injury.
Or I should say, Brock Purdy produces with his talent what we ask Hurts to produce with his. Just on a week-to-week basis, offense, how consistent are you? The Niners are much more consistent, but they also have Kyle Shanahan, and the Eagles don't have a Kyle Shanahan.
And that's my thing with it. Like, this is because whole time, I like Brock Purdy a lot. I think he's a damn good quarterback. I ain't gonna lie, game for my life, I would rather have Brock Purdy over Dak Prescott. And I ain't even trolling. I think Brock Purdy is a top 10, top 11 guy in the league. But, dog, having Kyle Shanahan as your play caller year by year, that continuity can't be understated. And I get maybe the 49ers offensive line hasn't been as great as the Eagles, but the disparity, the difference in play callers between Kyle Shanahan and Kevin Patullo is way bigger of a gap than the 49ers offensive line and the Eagles offensive line, which, all right, pass blocking, they were still pretty good. Run blocking, oh my God, that was terrible to watch. But I like Brock Purdy. I know we talked about this before. I just think we can't undersell how much it means to have Kyle Shanahan, a Sean McVay.
As an Eagles fan, he can't. He's not saying anything. Because he's right. Jalen is not consistent enough with the talent he has around him. That is a fact. Now, granted, Sirianni has a lot to motherfucking do with why this offense isn't going the way it's supposed to. We're not going to leave him out the equation. Certainly not Patullo. But at the end of the day, Jalen has to be held accountable because it's not about blaming everything on him. But then I would have to sit up here and ask you, okay, is everything that you can is within your control? Are you doing it? I think he got better in certain. I think Jalen got better in certain areas. Throwing on the run being one of them. His reaction against the blitz, playing on rhythm and time. I think he took a step up in that direction. I think he took a step back because he was less accurate with the football. And I'm talking about not just with the completion percent. I'm talking about his ball placement was not great this year. Jalen Hurts' ball placement this year was very mediocre to me. And I think his deep ball, which is fucking crispy. I'm talking about fresh bag of hot Cheetos, motherfucking. I'm talking about, man, that goddamn, the dark meat KFC chicken crispy. Jalen Hurts is a top 5 deep ball thrower in the NFL. Last year, he was fucking horrific. The ball placement, the ball placement, the accuracy was not there last year. A lot of his throw last year, you pay attention, especially the deep balls, it was just more or less like the receivers. It wasn't completely inaccurate passes, but it was just like the receivers just did. I wasn't impressed. I think Jalen's accuracy with the football and ball placement, it was not good last year. I genuinely didn't like it, and it kind of took me in for a loop because I'm like looking at Jalen. I'm like, yo, Jalen's one of the best deep ball throwers, and them bitches, it's like dimes. And then I'm looking at last year, and his ball placement is fucking terrible. He's throwing behind guys, and I'm like, nah.
Hey, Kevin O'Connell calling plays. I know you saw that Eagles 49ers game, and man, oh man, that trick shot to CMC, that wasn't Purdy. Hell, Purdy had 2 picks in that game. But Kyle Shanahan probably called the best game any coach called given the circumstances all season. So that's what it is. We got a couple more. Jalen Hurts or Trevor Lawrence?
Trevor Lawrence.
No. Fuck no. Fuck no. Fuck no. Fuck no. Fuck no. College career, Trevor Lawrence is a generational fucking talent. I would say arguably top 5, top 10 of the greatest college quarterbacks in fucking NCAA history. NFL professional career, nah, nigga. Listen, he may look like sunshine in the goddamn college rankings, but in the NFL, he's like fucking thunderstorm, clouds, and goddamn hell. Let me tell you something right now. Trevor Lawrence is very pedestrian. Very pedestrian for somebody that had a lot of hype, and deservedly so, because he was a bad motherfucker over at Clemson. Very pedestrian, very like, oh, you know, we in a school zone, motherfuckers gotta go 25 miles per hour so they don't hit a kid with a strawberry shortcake backpack. Very pedestrian. In fact, I'll even add a caveat to this. When he came in the league, he had James Robinson at running back, very damn good running back. He had Travis Etienne, who I think not too impressed with the consistency this year of Travis Etienne. I don't remember where he's at. Or Travis Etienne, that's his name. It's French. Travis Etienne. Or Travis Etienne. That's his name. Etienne. So he's had it for a while. Very good running back. Okay. He's had some good, like Evan Ingram was productive. He came into the league with Marvin Jones. I remember Marvin Jones from Detroit, like when Stafford was on his way out. You remember Laquan Treadwell. So he's had more people. Again, Urban Meyer was fucking trash. Trashed it a motherfucker. And then the defenses weren't that bad. Josh Hines-Allen is probably, I would say, the most underrated defensive player in the league. Quite arguably so. And then you look at this past year, Devin Lloyd, I don't know why the fuck they didn't re-sign Devin Lloyd. Devin Lloyd was a top 10 defensive player in the league last year. I mean, did you see that man catching picks? Like, Devin Lloyd was all over the damn field. All over the field. So, I think he's had a fairly, not roster-wise, not too bad for, you know, a generational talent, you know, coming into the league. Well, you would be on the bottom, right? And then it took them to get fucking Jacoby Myers. Like, they didn't already have any weapons. Like, they didn't have fucking Brian Mitchell. Like, they didn't have, who else on that squad? Westbrook-Akine? Is he on there? I forgot. He got some playmakers on there, though. And then they brought in over Jacoby Myers. And then that's when his play started to elevate. So the first half of the season, Trevor Lawrence was fucking trash. He was not good the first half of the year. So Trevor Lawrence was a generational talent coming into the league. He's playing very fucking pedestrian. And it's kind of uncertain about whether or not he's just a great quarterback or just a good starter. And I don't want to say he's a bust, but he was not really worth the hype. So absolutely the fuck not. Trevor Lawrence is not better. No, the fuck he isn't. Absolutely the fuck not. No.
This past season, Trevor Lawrence was better.
No, the fuck he wasn't.
If
Well,
you want to
maybe by numbers.
go like over the last 3 seasons, then I think Hurts becomes the winner there. But Trevor Lawrence last year was the first time in a while that he was in a good situation. The offensive line was good. The play calling was great. The weapons were there. The run game was there. And he delivered. He was one of the best quarterbacks in the league, if not the best quarterback in the second half of the season. And in the playoff game, I thought he played solid. He didn't have a perfect game. He had a pick early on. He had the 4th down conversion where he slid too early and gave himself up, and they didn't get the first because of that. That was one of those games where Jacksonville just lost by this much, and those mistakes came back to bite them. And the last drive, the interception that he threw, I didn't think it was a bad decision. It was just kind of like a tight window, and then the ball ended up.
First off, Jacoby Myers dropped the ball. Secondly, the defense did not hold up their end of the bargain. Now, granted, he's right. The mistakes that Trevor made earlier in the game, they came back to bite him in the ass. But that defense should have held their position. They had to drive the whole fucking length of the field, and they just let him do it. So the defense failed the Jaguars, and I would say Jacoby Myers should have caught that motherfucking ball on that last play.
Being batted up, and it got picked off. But I think Trevor Lawrence, he can do more things as a quarterback. I think he has a better arm. He can attack more areas of the field. I don't think the playbook is as limited with Trevor Lawrence.
The issue with Trevor is the consistency. So
For the first time in modern history, college student graduates are more unemployed than high.
with Trevor Lawrence, a bad game for Trevor Lawrence, oh my God. Jalen Hurts, all right, you might have that Chargers game, right? Where he had a
No. Jalen gotta get some accountability. Jalen becoming like you have to pray, Lord, please allow Jalen to get 150. Mind you, that's mediocre for most quarterbacks. Like every quarterback should be well into 200s for a solid game. Please help him get 200. I know it might be hard. You know, I know he got all these weapons. No. We're not doing that. Nope.
very, very bad game. The guy had 6 interceptions all season long. So what, he had 3 or 4 turnovers in that game? That's damn near all of his turnovers last season. So I think the lows for Trevor Lawrence compared to the lows for Jalen Hurts, that's why I will unequivocally pick Jalen Hurts, even minus all of the winning in the Super Bowls, all of that. Trevor Lawrence, when he's bad, that brother is bad. All right, we got 4 left. Jalen Hurts and your guy, Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. No disrespect to Sam Darnold. I'm proud that he won a Super Bowl, well deserved. In the Super Bowl that Jalen Hurts was in and he won, he was the best player on the field. Fucking Sam Darnold was like the NFC version of the Super Bowl winning 2015 Peyton Manning Broncos. Sam Darnold, motherfucking, I'm trying to think about what I'm trying to say here. Sam Darnold, dog, listen. Very good, but he's not a finished product. And it took him to have some weapons around him and competent play calls and coaches for him to take that step up. Now, don't get me wrong. He could play. He a baller. But he had to damn near going in perfect fucking situations for him to actually thrive. Because he was on his way out the fucking league. Now, congrats to him for the Super Bowl win. Congrats to him for Seattle to take a chance and realize his worth when Minnesota fucked up again, just saying the way they did Case Keenum. But at the end of the day, sorry but not sorry. No, he's not fucking better. You may say, oh, well, Darnold throws the ball. No, he's not. A difference between fucking Sam Darnold at Super Bowl and Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts whooped ass. Sam Darnold was carried by the NFC version of Terrell Davis and a top 3 defense in the league who was number 1 against the run.
I would actually I would look at you sideways if you didn't pick Sam Darnold. I'd be like, bro, don't BS me, bro. I know that's your guy, bro.
I just don't understand, I don't understand why your Sam Darnold agendas haven't been more positive, because it seems like he did everything that Jalen Hurts has done now. And
no, the fuck he did not. Jalen Hurts went to 2 Super Bowls. Darnold went to fucking 1. Jalen Hurts wasn't carried. It helped. But Jalen Hurts wasn't carried. The Chiefs said, matter of fact, Mahomes is the fucking GOAT. That's the overarching best quarterback in the fucking league, arguably the best player in the goddamn league. Let's not get that fucked up. They sold out to stop Saquon and said, yo, we're going to make Jalen beat us. And he did. Again, I think 2022 was better than 2024, But still, no. Darnold in the postseason has not been, I ain't gonna lie to you. He whooped ass in that 49er game. I'm going to keep it all the way a bean. He whooped ass in that 49er. He put belt to motherfucking ass in that 49er game. There's no question about it. Also, he did a great job against in the Rams game as well. You know what I'm saying?
Jalen Hurts.
And Darnold led the league in interceptions last year. Oh, it got real motherfucking quiet now. It got real fucking quiet in this bitch.
Is like the primary reason for it with the Eagles, and he's now a top 5 quarterback. But with Sam Darnold winning and outplaying Matthew Stafford and being a champion.
No, the fuck he did not. No, the fuck he did not. No, the fuck he did not. He played a great game. He did not fucking outplay. No, the fuck he did not. No, the fuck he did not. Cody Parkinson dropped the motherfucking ball. That's what happened. No, we are not going to do this shit. No, the fuck he did not. No, you got to be outside your rabbit ass mind. Where the fuck is Edward Tulane when you need it? You outside your rabbit ass mind. Ain't no motherfucking way in the hell. No, he did not. He played a great game. He did not outplay Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford was the furthest thing. Matthew Stafford, my played a perfect game in the NFC Championship. And if you say otherwise, you don't know shit about football. I'm so sorry to tell you, but it's the truth.
It didn't do much to rise him up in real talk with MJ's rankings. So I'm just curious, why?
The thing is with Sam Darnold, folks were already overrating this guy. And I'll say it like this. I ain't break it down the best way. I'll say it like this. Going into this season, the talk on Sam Darnold was he doesn't perform well in big games. With the Vikings, the 2 biggest games, he folded. Folks forget, against the Rams for the number 1 seed, it was Rashid Shaheed that saved the day, and Sam Darnold was crapping the bed. He was crapping the bed. Now again, he redeemed himself in the NFC Championship. But we not going to act like this guy didn't change his whole career around. Now he's a great playoff performer. He had like 1 game. He had 1 game. You was talking about where it hurts. Oh, he had just 1 game and all that stuff. What Sam Darnold do outside the NFC Championship? And so, I would love for him to do it again. If he leads them, if he leads Seattle to a division title, or they just win a playoff game next year and he has 4K passing yards and JSN still having a great year, all this stuff, you know what? I'll give him top 7. I'll give him top 7. I'll give him top 6. Right now, it's like...
No, I think Sam Darnold's... No, that's fair. That's fair. Because think about it like this. Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, they're going to take the spot. Mahomes, Allen, Burrow... I have to throw Stafford in there. Who else? Mahomes, Allen, Burrow. Lamar. Did I forget? Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Lamar. Then Stafford. I think it's fair to give him 6. I can't really figure out somebody who I would definitively say is better than him. I give him 6. I think 6 is fair. 6 is fair. Yeah, 6. That's fair. 6 is definitely fair. Yup. You can say Drake may have an MVP year, but no. I'm going to give it to Darnold. I say he's 6. I think that's fair.
Fringe, like, with 10 to 12, around there, 10 to 12, right? But, come on, again, I see, like, look, you a Jets guy. No matter how many teams you pick at your core, you're still a Jets guy, and that was your guy. And, like, I get the sentiment of MJ, like he won and all this stuff, but, like, I just remember how crazy the conversations would have got if they didn't have that bogus behind 2-point conversion that was behind the player. And I'm like, the pass was like behind the line of scrimmage. All that was just luck. I'm sorry, that's just luck. And the Rashid Shaheed punt return touchdown. That's just luck, bro. I'm just sorry, bro. Like, call it hate or whatever. Like, but again, I know the way that you talk about hurts. I be like, dog, like. So I guess I'm getting back at you with that.
You know, I could get that because I'm just gonna throw the scenario out there. You know, Sam Darnold, next year he has a brand new offensive coordinator because Clint Kubiak's now the head coach of the Raiders. If he offensively struggles and they in the wild card lose and he doesn't perform well against a defense that's terrible, yeah, that would bring him down. Yeah, it sounds very similar to somebody this past season that is still being propped up by a fan base that I am speaking to right now on camera and into this microphone. But Sam Darnold, you don't give him enough credit because in the game for the first seed against the Rams, Shaheed had the momentum swinging play. But was it not Sam Darnold who was ice cold late in the game, who made a great throw to Cooper Kupp on the sideline, who 2-point conversion with the game on the line, surveys the field and finds the backup tight end, goes through all of his reads and stays calm and makes that throw. Then in week 18, which that was really for the number 1 seed, Sam Darnold played well again. And then in the NFC Championship game, he outdueled Matthew Stafford. I mean, what else do you want to see? Sam Darnold over the last 2 years, the only thing you could say against him.
Oh, and that brings me to another point. The Rams defense was ass. It couldn't stop a fucking nosebleed, bruh. They was ass. The whole game, the Rams defense was fucking garbage. Jared Verse, we'll see about next year. You disappointed the fuck out. Like, he really had a down year to me. He was supposed to take a step up, be a fringe top 10 defensive player in the league. He had a pedestrian-ass year. Brandon, the guy Fisk had a better goddamn year than he did.
Doesn't perform in big moments. That's the only thing. But he was one of the best quarterbacks in the league statistically in 2024, and he was a Pro Bowler this past season too. And everything that you could say about him, he put to bed. Now, does that mean that moving forward he will continue to be great in late game situations, in must-win situations, in clutch games? Maybe not. But he had that moment, and according to, like, you know, what you say about Jalen Hurts, that one moment can buy you a lot of years of being mediocre.
Hey, that can hey, if you show up in a big moment, I mean, certainly now, I mean, Darnold's on one of the best contracts in the NFL, like, and it's gonna buy him some time for sure. Again, like, in terms of the playoffs, like, that moment there is not too many guys that have that moment over Stafford. Some could say, well, he had that Seahawks defense, and Stafford, that secondary was legit trash. And everybody know that secondary was trash. That's why they had to get Trey McDuffie. That's why they had to get Jalen Watson. They had to get the Chiefs secondary to bolster that up. But, you know, we'll revisit this if Sam started cooking next season. Last 3, Jalen Hurts or Dak Prescott?
Dak.
Get the fuck out of here.
Better, MJ. Let's just call a spade a spade.
Get the fuck out of here. The nigga been in the fucking league 10 years. If you do what the fuck Dak Prescott did on any other motherfucking team outside of the Dallas fucking Cowgirls, you do it on any other motherfucking team, your ass will be out the league, or you be for the rest of your goddamn career be a career fucking backup. What are we talking about? There was 1 year that I give Dak Prescott credit, and that was a time where the refs was on some bullshit in that 49ers game. It was like they had on Nickelodeon. It was in Arlington, Texas, and they should just let the play go. It was guaranteed he was leading to a comeback. That was the best year they had. After that, Dak Prescott's been fucking trash in a goddamn play. We ain't doing it. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, bro. Hell nah.
For as much as you want to give Hurts leniency for the coaches that he's had, the lack of consistency, Dak had Jason Garrett for the first 8 years of his career.
8 motherfucking years.
Awful. He's not good. Brian Schottenheimer, was that not the most scrutinized coaching hire of the year in the offseason? And with the unproven head coach, he leads the top 3 offense. Dak Prescott.
It don't mean shit. He didn't win. Yeah, they didn't make the fucking
One of the
playoffs.
better quarterbacks of the era. He's consistent every year. He's always
Consistently not making the fucking playoffs.
And I think that it does.
Well, no,
lead
consistently
to wins.
not
It
making
might
past the
lead
fucking
to
divisionals.
The NFC Championship.
He ain't making the fucking playoffs now. He got worse.
And there are moments where Dak Prescott.
It's like the nigga was in a goddamn spin cycle, and then the fucking clothes, then the goddamn machine started bubbling up, and the clothes just spurted out and shit. And now now the whole goddamn laundromat is flooded. Like, what the fuck? What are you talking about?
I think that is fair to critique him for, but it's also fair to say that he's. Hey,
dog, I'm not sitting through this. Tomorrow we back to playing the piano, probably a little bit longer. We'll see what goes on tomorrow. Wednesday we're playing the piano. Thursday we gonna play the piano and then cover the NFL draft as much as possible, not the whole thing. Friday we reacted to Kehlani's album, maybe playing the piano, and then we'll just go from there. I'm out of here. Peace.